Hello everyone, my name is Aditya. I am from EPH third year and the topic of my presentation is SIMD processor. SIMD stands for single instruction multiple data, which means a single instruction acts on multiple data provided to the system. It is also called vector processor. Before going into further details, let's first discuss the different types of uh, processors. Microprocessor classification can be done on various bases. The first basis which we are taking is according to use. It can be divided into general purpose processor and application specific processor. General purpose processors, as the name shows, works on for general purposes like in our day-to-day computer systems or other things. Application specific, the name implies the same. The name implies the same. The specific purpose processors have got can be divided into various subcategories which can be seen on screen. Those include DSP, AISC, AISP, or others. Let's go into another classification based on another classification of microprocessor, which is based on the complex instruction sets. It has three basic categories: reduced, RISC, CISC, and special processors. RISC is reduced instruction set computer, which uses small number of commands to a large number of commands to process anything. Whereas CISC stands for complex instructions set computer. It gives complex and smaller instruction to process the information. Special processors are specifically used for any different use. Like in the last example we had DSP and other things. These comes under special processor. Now supposedly we can take a fourth example, which is EPIC, explicitly para instruction compute, useful a lot nowadays because of machine learning and machine learning and various other learning aspects. Now let's come to vector processing or our SIMD processor. Vector processing performs the arithmetic operation on large array of integers or floating point numbers. First of all, vectors are a 1D array which contains our information, and the important point of a vector is that all the data is independent of each other. That means every row or every element of the 1D array is independent of each other. Vector processing avoids the overhead loop control mechanism which occurs in general purpose computers. That means where overhead means the wastage of computing time. Like in general purpose processors, we have that the data set flowing in the system. In general purpose computers, the overhead is caused due to the repeated calling of the same function, whereas in vector processing the vector is processed at a single time, where each element can be considered as a single instruction set of a general purpose computers, thereby reducing a lot of overhead time in the system. Now operating on multiple data in a single instruction is called single instruction multiple data or SIMD, which is called vector instructions. Nowadays the vector instructions are stored inside a special register called vector registers. These store the whole entire array and not as a scalar quantity. The scalar, each and every element of a vector is a scalar quantity in and itself, but it's not the scalar quantity. Overall, it's not a scalar quantity. The data stored can be of any type, being integer, floating point number, logical value, or a character. Now let's come to a concept called pipelining. Pipelining is the process of accumulating instructions from the processor through a pipeline. It allows storing and executing instructions in an orderly process. which means that it overlaps during instructions, because vector processing has a lot of data which has to be processed similarly. It is very effective in this. Pipelining in itself is divided into various stages, and these stages overlap with each other to find a structure like a pipe-like structure, where instructions enter from one end and exit from another end. This is called pipelining. In vectors, the longer the vector, the better effect of pipelining is, because it causes a larger overlap and then makes the processing easier. Vector pipelining is a means of implementing SIMD under the hood. That means it's not virtually shown, but the actual concept is SIMD only. You can consider the case if you are using virtual SIMD codes or vectors which does not, in a system which does not have enough processing power. So instead of going full width, that means processing the whole vector, it breaks it into different levels, stacks it and processes it together as batches, making the process possible. It helps us take lesser time and better processing power. It helps us take less time and provides better processing power. Now, vector processor can be classified on the basis of the pipeline vector. There are two major types, these being memory to memory architecture and register to register architecture. In memory to memory architecture, the entire data set is taken from the main memory, processed, and then stored in the main memory itself. The pipeline, there is no register or any other things involved. Because of this, it provides an unlimited amount of data memory for the processing. But the problem is that because everything occurs in the memory, a lot of things have to be informed, or instruction sets have been to be informed, so that the code runs properly or the information does not get jumbled up. Whereas in the register to register architecture, the data is first taken from the main memory, transferred into a register, and then processed. Because of this method, the memory space becomes limited, but the processing power becomes larger. Also, because of existence of multiple registers, scalar and vector, it becomes a very costly system. This is a typical structure of the register to register architecture, where the memory this is the general structure where the data processes from high speed main memory to instruction process unit and vector access control. Then it goes into scalar registers and vector registers, and then it goes into the processors, which contains the pipelines for further instruction or further processing. Now, the advantage of SIMD processor or vector processor is that it processes the data much faster if we have to perform n similar operations, because of forming of the n length vector. It is different from the epic of EPIC performance of superscalar computers, which uses inline parallel computer inline. Which uses instruction level parallelism. SIMD processor can be used in various fields like quantum computing, where we have to process vectors only, and various other fields too. Now, there are some major disadvantages of SIMD processors, because of which it is not used in all fields. These include, not all vectors can be vectorized, not all algorithms can be vectorized. The major reason being all the instruction has to be independent from each other, which is difficult to perform individually. So now also automatic vectorization has not been achieved Other errors involved are large register files increases power consumption and chip area. Also, the implementation provides other problems like data alignment. Gathering data and scattering to its location is tricky. Also, automatic vectorization has not been complete, so it requires human labor. Specific instructions like rotations and 3-bit operations is not available in SIMD instruction set yet. Uh, Also, the instruction sets are application specific or program specific, which has to be changed for everything. Different regist Also, because of the different register sets, we have to specify the amount of data, or programmers have to provide multiple vectorized implementation to operate optimally on any given CPU. That means for each CPU the code changes. The possible set of conflict is also because the as the operation grows, the problems also grow. So we'll need a new processing language for the same. Mm. Thank you. That's all for my topic. Thank you. That's all for my topic.